Billin of Town Murf.
Top Billin.
Yo, we know that Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb has some very impressive passing concepts. Motion to counterbalance, reduce split over route, getting people out in plenty of space, being able to contract and expand from a vertical passing game, and of course, right, once again, getting people in plenty of space and letting them operate after the catch. He's most certainly a potential NFL passing game savant. Real rap though, head coach Mike McDonald comes from the hardest franchise in the league. The Baltimore Ravens have been that for the past 25 years. They are a program piloted on a physical run game. Now, we don't know what Mike McDonald's core philosophy is. Usually when these coaches get their own thing, they try to make their own way. But he's seen something that's super successful, and what usually pilots a great defense, which I expect to see the Seattle Seahawks to eventually have, a super physical one at that, is usually a super physical run game, not necessarily a finesse passing game. Just last year, they were number 1 overall in the NFL in rushing yards, getting after it with my man Gus the Bus Edwards, and of course, the man himself, Lamar Action Jackson, doing the damn thing. So without a threat like Lamar Action Jackson at the quarterback position as far as his legs go, you have to imagine that Ryan Grubb's going to have to be in his bag, and Coach McDonald would definitely make sure that happens. Let's look at a few concepts from your man. I like this look out of 12 personnel. 1 back, 2 tight ends. You can see it set up, right? Doubles at the point of attack. Double. You could almost get it right here, but the tight end is going to creep up and get the end man on the line of scrimmage, or the broaching edge player, right? The overhang defender. You'll get the left tackle fanning out here. And what you'll get pretty much amounts to a split flow counter. Running back on that counter action, you get the H back here, right? He's doubling back and sealing off here. So it's pretty physical run play right here. Obviously, I talked about the motion guy. So getting people on that split fold action. Look at that right there. Pin it back inside, and then you're running back, getting to the outside. Oh, damn, gave him a stiffy. Sent him to the ground, fertilized him. All right, let's go back on this right here. Get that motion. You can see people starting to signal with the motion there, right? Everybody has to get the signal. You get the doubles, right? Double. Was going to be a double here if they didn't slide forward there, like I said before, but didn't need to. So my man works off to that overhang defender, and you can see him press and then bounce. See it? Press and then bounce. Great seal here by the H-back coming around. Seals the end man on the line of scrimmage on that side. Then it's up to the back right here. Now, let's be real. If this is Kenneth Walker, this is probably him pressing it this way and then detaching that man's ankles from his tendon, right? Blow his Achilles tendon all out of the frame, and then my man's probably out this way right here. Kenneth Walker has it like that, right? Same deal with Kenny McIntosh. Don't forget about him as well there, but my man right here tries to keep it to the outside. It does give a nice stiffy that makes this man fertilize himself right there, right? Fertilize that man, right? Compost. That's hard. Couple of things to note. When you're talking about a guy with a severe spread offense in college, they're going to run those crazy line splits, meaning you see the spacing right here? This is designed to get you out in space. Look at the space between the tackle and the guard here. And not as much between the guard and the center, but definitely between the tackles, right? It's not as pronounced as like in the passing game. Maybe I'll show you a passing game image as well, just to show you how pronounced those splits are. But if you can see them trying to open up run game spacing by creating space within itself, and this is just going to be a tight zone. So you'll see these guys step in concert here. You get that ghost motion. They're running this out of 11 personnel. So just imagine this with your guys, right, across the board with Cross and Oluwatimi and these guys. So see it right here, that ghost motion. Don't worry about the results of the play. We're just talking about the concepts itself. So you can see him step right, bang, look at that. That's a good offensive line. They'll be able to teach that offensive line to always be in the same rhythm. Look at the right foot. Bang. They all hitting at the same time. Bang. You see that right there? Looking like the Backstreet Boys circa 1998. Look at that. Every frame it should be. When you stop the frame, everybody's feet should be in the same position. And boom. Even though some people are working at the point of attack, some people automatically climbing. You get people climbing out there. And of course, we know what the business could be right here. Of course, he can run that tight zone, which is going to be off a tighter aiming point to get to the outside mostly, right? Okay, here to get it to the outside of the aiming point there. But also he can open it up. He being a quarterback, shoot it over here, maybe get out to that ghost motion guy. It's almost like a triple threat position there. And a lot of things you can do there. But the concept itself, tight zone, you guys should know about that there. So you can definitely get a lot of physicality out of those inside zone type plays, and especially off the tight zone. If you can really get that and have everyone pinned down like they're trying to do right here. You see that? You see that with the flow? They were trying to influence the safety here to perhaps roll out that way, and he would cut that back there, but the safety's not necessarily having that. So it is what it is on that, though. But it's a good concept. I love that concept. One of my favorite zone concepts there. But especially when everybody's working in concept, like Nick Carter and them, and A.J. McClain. Quickly, look at the line splits. That is gaping holes in between each lineman. Like that's to me very uncommon. At least it was very uncommon back in the day in the NFL. Not necessarily today. You see a little bit wider splits, but that's very, very much gaping holes right there. Definitely can help you out in the run game in college. I don't know if you want to do that, though. That's a lot of space for even your inside guys to have to cover for people who are rushing upfield. But you can get away with it in college and possibly in the pros, depending on how good and quickly you can get rid of the ball. But I just wanted to show you right here that it's really good. You just get some of these guys, maybe like a Greg Roman and these guys. These guys are almost foot to foot. So they're opening up holes that way. But, yeah, just keep this in mind right here. I love this concept. A pin and sweep, right? You get a lead. So you pin at the point of attack on the shade, and this ends up being a pitch out of pistol. This is very creative. So you end up getting that cat, right? That center and tackle on a sweep, right? If you want to, get them to the edges out there, the center as well. This is some very good work, which means, of course, you'll have guys that are pinning on the inside here, right? If you have a good blocking wide receiver who's also pulling out with you there, you can get some good results. But for the most part, man, this was a dope-ass concept. I'm not sure if I've seen a pitch out of a pistol. So that's definitely a way to add some creativity, some physicality to what is normally obviously going to be more of a finesse style of offense there. Look at the pin on the center. Look at the pin on the shade and the center getting out there. Look at the blocking right here by the tight end, right? From an upright stance, right on the end man on the line of scrimmage. He's going to shield him. Going to get guys pulling around. Got the tackle pulling around. The running back trying to navigate that, looking like he would love to cut that back there, but that's not going to be his best bet, going out those inside hips there. If the wide receiver could have kind of stayed on his feet a little bit more and sealed off third-level defender here, it would have been even doper. But right there, you get a little bit of interference by him. He whiffs, fertilizes himself, and then you get a little bit of help from his friends. Get by with a little help from his friends right there. But, man, I love this concept here. Look at the carnage and wreckage, bowling pin situations going on there. Very physical. I know this one is more of a goal-to-go situation, but I love the thought of it getting under center. And if we take a snapshot right here, this 13 personnel, however you want to classify your H-back, you can call it 22 personnel if that's the case there. But getting that vertical push in the center, right? And you get that ghost motion there. You saw that, what that did? Getting that ghost motion, right? Ghost motion widens them out, but then it's actually short motion. He quickly reverts back before they can really even get there, and then the run goes to his side, right? It's got almost a belly type feel to it, but you get everybody, right, crowding it up. You get all that space crowded out on the left side here, and you would think that he would be able to split it off right here. But he probably didn't see it, or probably just didn't see it at the moment there. But you saw it yourself there. If he were able to see that right there, he probably had himself a stand-up touchdown. Or at least something a little bit better, as that's slicing and squeezing right there. Just vertical up the gut on some belly type stuff. And he probably was in there, but it's still a physical play, man. So Ryan Grubb is bringing it, man. If we're talking about doing a lot of different things, a lot of different eye candy, having the wherewithal to contract and expand as well, as far as the passing game goes, and have that marry the run game. I still think the passing game will be the main event. It will get top billing, right? Pun intended. However, it can be complemented by a very, very good run game as far as the inside stuff goes. I want to come back on a part 2 and try to look at some of the outside runs, some of the horizontal runs, getting into the edges and stuff, because they do have the backs who can get the edges, namely one, of course, Kenneth Walker. We know he can do that with the best of them, so being able to see what they can do with that. But let me know what you think about this, man. This is definitely some good stuff by Grubb, right? Just a few concepts there to show that he does have that in his arsenal. And let me know what you think as far as Coach McDonald, where you think he may go with his philosophy, right? If he wants to really emulate the Baltimore Ravens, or if it's going to be something a little different. All right, let me know. It's your boy Jersey Murf. As always, much love to everybody out there on the West Coast who be supporting your boy out here on the East Coast. Much love to everybody out there. All right, big salutes.
What more can I say?
Top billing.